I've come to kind of find that, there's not really one set matrix. It's not the illusion that I thought it was, that this thing was already built and that we really had no control over it, and that we were kind of at the mercy of the powers that be that controlled the matrix. Actually, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hello, if you are new, my name is Andrea Johnson. I'm a Reiki master and psychic development teacher and a transformation coach. Welcome to the Good Vibe Tribe. Welcome to another episode of what I call Conscious Coffee Talks, where we discuss a topic to expand our consciousness. So let's dive into today's topic. So today's topic, guys, is going to be how to break free from the matrix. So we're going to be discussing what exactly is the matrix, how it is created, and can we really break free from the matrix? If you're anything like I was when I thought about the matrix, when people used to talk about breaking free from the matrix, or that our world was pretty much a matrix, I used to think of the movie The Matrix. It kind of reminded me that everything was basically just a program, that the entire world was basically like a Sims game, and we were all basically just being controlled. That's what it kind of like felt like. But as I've dove into, my own limiting beliefs, personal development, spirituality, all the things, energy work, psychic development, the list goes on. I've come to kind of find that there's not really one set matrix. It's not the illusion that I thought it was, that this thing was already built and that we really had no control over it, and that we were kind of at the mercy of the powers that be that controlled the matrix. Actually, we are the creators of the matrix, of our own matrix. There's not really one big matrix. Maybe you can think of like the human collective consciousness as a matrix, because you can get sucked into that. But ideally, you create your own box. And we do this with our thoughts. We each have our own unique programming, and this comes just from childhood, honestly, when, from age 0 to 7, when the subconscious mind was pretty much wide open and the world kind of told us who we were, and we really didn't have a filter to really choose what we wanted or what we accepted and didn't accept. We did not quite understand we had a choice, and a lot of people don't actually wake up to the fact that they have a choice in their life until later on down the road. So we each put ourselves in this box, and it is just the thoughts that we hold about ourselves. Our thoughts create our matrix, which literally, guys, I've said this in all my videos, our world is a hologram. It is just made up of energy. And so you can think of it like a video game, literally kind of like a matrix. Your mind combined with the energy, which, your thought is energy. But literally, when it's combined, it collapses the energy, if you want to call them particles, whatever, into matter. So your mind is creating physical matter. You're thinking reality into existence. So it is essentially your thoughts that create your own individual matrix. So you are ultimately the one that is in control of your thoughts and therefore your matrix. Whereas before, I used to think that the matrix was controlled, which to a certain extent, it just heavily influences us because of our subconscious beliefs and our programming that we will be challenging or redoing as we go throughout life. But essentially, you are in control of your own matrix, meaning that you are never a victim in your life. You can constantly recreate or create your ideal life that you would like. People just do not understand how to do that. And it's all starting with your beliefs and your subconscious beliefs. So like I was saying, how everything in our universe is energy, law of attraction states that, the universe gives you what you are, not what you desire. So it's going off of your vibration, meaning your energy, which is your thoughts and your emotions and your actions as well too, because those things will drive your actions, because energy has to be expressed. So where people come into conflict is that their thoughts sometimes conflict with their actions because of the subconscious programming that they have been subjected to, inherited, or are unconscious of, because it is subconscious programming. And when I talk about the subconscious, guys, that is your body. So that is basically the vibration that is on repeat. It is where actual energy is stored. So energy that is on repeat in our brain, constant thoughts that are on repeat in our brain, habits that we are, our body is the physical manifestation of the energy of us. It is the true holder of the energy that is us, which is your soul, but also the ego, which plays into your beliefs, because the ego is the idea of who you think you are in this reality, in this existence, the character that you're playing out in life. And you are choosing this character. So you can think of it like a Sims game. You're choosing what you want to do, who you want to be, and all of that in life. And yes, you are choosing. Most people just are not aware that they have a choice, like I was talking about earlier, because they are stuck in their limiting beliefs. So they've identified so hard with things that are in their programming that they've grew up with. So basically, you can think of it like your culture. If you grew up with certain beliefs about, money or what you needed to do to be successful in life, if you have these ideas that were imprinted on you, and not to say that it's a bad thing, but they may not serve you anymore. And you can kind of think of it as trauma too, because trauma will do this as well. So the experience that we have in life, the brain will hold on to energy that it thinks that we need, or thoughts that it thinks that we need to help keep us safe. And that is just part of survival. So if you had some kind of a bad experience, but if you had an experience of trauma happening in your life, the body is the holder of that energy. And sometimes we don't even process these things because we're not in a place to where we feel safe enough to process the energy. So we hold on to it, and therefore it gets buried in the body, and every decision, every thought, and every action that we take, habits that we take or partake in, will have like this underlying twist of this energy on it because of the trauma we've experienced. Until we actually shine light on it and face it and process it, will the body then let it go. When you shine light on these things, once you've identified certain things that you don't really want in your life anymore, or energy or habits or thoughts that are no longer serving you, that at one point did serve you, when you acknowledge them and actually face them, then can the body process them and let them go. It's just most of the time humans are way too busy to actually look at their programming, to actually look inside of themselves to see what they want to change, or they become so overwhelmed they can't think straight to even understand it. They're too chunked up in their mind, is what we like to call it in coaching, to actually get clear on the root causes of what the underlying reasons of why they are the way that they are, why they have these limiting beliefs, why they have the programming that they do, why they have put themselves in this box pretty much that creates your reality. And you have certain scenarios in life, or if you feel stuck or you can't get anywhere, or you feel like certain things aren't possible for you, basically you've boxed yourself into this, and it's all it is energy and thoughts. So to break free from the box, you just have to drop those limiting beliefs, and then you create new beliefs, and then those become your new limiting beliefs. So they're really not good or bad. It's just you redesigning your program. You're redesigning your video game. You're leveling up. Every time you bust free from a box, you basically create a new one. So the true question is, guys, is what do you really want out of your life? What do you desire in your life? What do you want to have? What is the highest version of you that you can think of in this current time? And honestly, that is going to change. You are always going to have a higher thought about yourself, the highest version of you, your higher self. We call it that, but it's like the mini whisper of God. So you will be constantly creating and recreating your matrix. And it's up to you if you actually want to play it out here in this reality or not. So when you create a matrix in your head, like maybe like an ideal life or something like that, you can either decide to actually play it out and work through the limiting beliefs, because we can think these things in our head, but they can conflict with the body, the subconscious, right? So if it conflicts with the subconscious, you will not be able to make movement very well. You have to actually work through these things. You're going to be met with a lot of resistance. So this is when people feel stuck in their life, is they have maybe something they want to change in their head. So the mind is conflicting with the body. So body, mind, spirit has to be in alignment for you to actually manifest and play out your desires. Otherwise, the energy that you're thinking in your mind will just stay there, and it'll just be like a thought on, a pipe dream per se, if you want to call it that. But your soul will never forget it, because your soul will keep giving you these images of what it wants to create, and you're not expressing it. You're not expressing that energy to do something with it. So that is what it means to embody energy, is to bring that energy into the body and take action with it, to be grounded with that energy, to make the connection between heaven and earth and take action, be a conscious creator in your life, to design it the way that you want it, rather than to let the subconscious and your programming do it for you, which is where most people just stay asleep. So the more that you actually take action from this point of being, from this higher thought, right? The more you break old thought patterns, more old habits that were not in alignment, that were not serving you from your previous programming, and you create new neuroplastic pathways, which then create your new matrix. And then you create a higher version of reality from this point. The key is, guys, is you have to hold this vibration for the movement of energy to ripple out, and then actually start manifesting a physical reality around this. So the key is to constantly try to better yourself, to, break those neuroplasticity pathways. So you have to be in alignment with this energy for an extended period of time to hold that energy. It's kind of like, you can think of it as like dieting, for example. You do this really restrictive hard diet, and then you can hold it for a certain amount of time, and then you fail because it was too much of a difference in vibration for where you were currently at. So then you end up reverting back to your normal habits that were causing you to basically not achieve the goals that you wanted. Same thing with anything else in life, guys. That's why you have to do the work every single day. It is being a conscious creator of your programming, of your matrix, of your world. It's a choice you make every single day. Whether you feel like the world is happening to you, or that you feel like that other people are more privileged, or that you don't have a leg up, or things, whatever you want to call it, whatever storyline you're telling yourself of why you cannot do the things that you want to do, it's just a limiting belief, and it is not true. Everyone has the same equal opportunity to create what they want in this life, because this is all the playing ground. This whole universe is the playing ground. It is all the mind of God. Hermetic Law 101, universe is just mind. You can create anything you want here. Yes, everybody's journey is going to look different. Some people may have more resources to start off at a different point, but who's to say that the person who has $1 million and can go do whatever they want in life, who's to say that their dream isn't, to be something big and great? Who's to say that they would rather do something different that would challenge them in a different way? You know what I'm saying? Typically, our soul's desires that we have in life more so are geared towards the energy wanting to transcend into something higher than what it is. So everyone is always going to be doing some kind of challenge from wherever they're at for some kind of learning that needed to happen for them, that the soul has designed for them. And that is the journey that they're going to take as the character in the life that they're living at this point. Most people, like I said, just don't feel like they have a choice. But where you choose to put your energy, how you choose to think, act, and feel will determine how you create your life. We all have to work at this, guys. There is not one human that's wired differently. We are all wired the same. And I think that's where just so many people feel alone in the world, is that they feel like they have all these fears and these worries and these anxieties and these thoughts, and they feel like it's not normal. But it's how you choose to act with it, what you choose to do with it. Do you allow those thoughts to control you and create your life? Or do you actually do something about it and you choose to better yourself? You choose to think again, and you choose to learn about yourself, to work through these things, your programming that no longer serves you, so you can create the life that you want, so you can create the freedom that you want in life, so you can create the value that you want in your life. You are in control of it. And yes, there will be constantly things trying to take your attention, your consciousness, which is your energy. What you feed your energy to, body, mind, and spirit, is what you literally become. This is what we are. This is what spirit is. Your reality will become whatever you feed it. That is social media, that is content, that is news, that is books, people you surround yourself with, places, food you consume. So if you consciously choose energy in alignment with your goals or what you want your life to be like, you will become like that vibration. It is the law. You can kind of think of it, guys, as like, have you ever like read a book and then you started actually thinking about, like, you got on this like conscious stream of energy of just like all these thoughts coming through, either creative ideas or just imagery, or you started like thinking it like out in your own life, or started actually playing out scenarios. It's almost like you get a stream of consciousness just coming through you, just channeling through you. All this information you're taking in from your perception, right? You're becoming this energy, this thing. This is why books and education and all that is so powerful, because you can absorb that. But then through your own unique perception, you take that in and you experience from that, right? And then you are that vibration. And when you are that vibration and you take conscious action from it and create from it, whatever so that may be in your life, then that is the reality that you create with. For example, if you give your consciousness to the news, things that are fear-based, news, lower level vibrations such, as like drugs, things of that nature, even junk food, when you give your consciousness to these things or surround yourself with these energies, you become like it, and that becomes your reality. So if you watch the news every day and see all this fear and all this drama and all the bullshit with the elections, things that you have no control over, that will basically take your consciousness and distract you, actually feed fear into you, and actually like control your choices, that literally, like I said, you have no control over what happens in the world. But you consuming that invokes fear. So therefore, it takes you from the present moment, which is your power. And then every choice that you make will be from a fearful earth, or from a point of fear, or it will have a little twist on it with what's going on in the world. And don't get me wrong, yes, it is important to inform yourself, but how much energy are you going to give something that you literally cannot control? Like I said, guys, that is what the Matrix is. It's literally the box you put yourself in. It's your programming. It's your mind, and you are in control of it. Do we ever truly break free from the Matrix? Yes and no, I feel like. which you can consider it a contradiction, but there's always a divine dichotomy with everything in this universe. People try to break free by constantly pushing past limiting beliefs, but you always just evolve and become a higher version of yourself and then push past more limiting beliefs, and it becomes kind of like this cycle. To truly break free, you have to take yourself out of the world. You have to take yourself away from the illusion of fear, away from the illusion that this all even exists. I think the present moment is freedom. I think having no attachments to the world is breaking free from the matrix and just flowing through life. Where I find it might be a little bit of a struggle is because humans are limited in a form. I mean, that's the whole point of being here. The body is the veil. The body holds limitation. And because we have a body, we have biological factors where we need certain things for survival. And that's where, I think we have to play a little bit into the matrix, and even that be, relying on ourselves to go find food and hunt and things like that. But I think that's the most freedom that we could ever have, until we can figure out a way to survive on light and meditate in just mountains and with, monks and crap, and just escape the illusion of the reality. But then what's the point of living? You might as well not even be here at that point. So anyways, guys, I hope that this helped you guys out, helped you break free. I say break free from the matrix, but helps you actually see what the matrix is, how much you really are a creator in your own matrix. And if you choose to play in others' matrices or the human collective matrix, there's a bunch of different ones, guys. There's not just one huge one. You get to choose consciously or unconsciously what you make part of your matrix. Sending you guys all of my light and all my love. We'll see ya.